Joined now on the show by the 6th-ranked welterweight fighter in the UFC and a former UFC champion. It's Johny Big Rig Hendricks, who will be facing Kelvin Gastelum as part of the UFC 200 card this weekend. Johny, welcome to the show.
Hey, thank you for having me. How you doing today?
I'm doing very good. Now, I'm assuming that this interview isn't as good as the one you did for NBC just a little while back when you were out fishing.
You know what? It's not as fun sitting in a hotel room, but you know what? I do love fishing. It's became one of my culture. Part of my life now. My girls enjoy it, so I'm very happy about it.
Now let's talk about the fight coming up. Your opponent, Kelvin Gastelum, called this a fresh start fight and basically a chance for him to begin again after losing 2 of his past 3 and after starting undefeated. Now, is this urgency to come out there and have a positive result something you're going to play off of, or is this just about you doing what you want to do best in the octagon?
Yeah, it's me about who cares about anything else. I got so wrapped up in what everybody else needs me to do. This is about me refocusing myself and not caring what else matters. The only thing that matters right now is Kelvin Gastelum. My main focus and everything has to be pointed to him. That's sort of what it is for me. It doesn't, I remember what got me to the belt. I got away from it. I started thinking past everybody else, and it sort of hurt me. Now I really have to make sure that I say, hey, what's going to get me through? What's gonna get me? I'm still thinking of the belt, but all I'm thinking right now is Kelvin Gastelum and the belt.
You've been on some big cards before, but what is it like to be featured on this huge UFC 200 weekend for you and for your career?
It just shows that I did something right. You know what I'm saying? I did something right, and it just makes me happy that I can be. Whenever you look at this card, there's 400 and something fighters, and I was one of the 400 and something fighters that was picked. I was super excited that I had the opportunity to, rebound my career from this. I had a bad performance last fight. Well, guess what? Now it's time to change that, and let's go out there and perform. And how many people are going to watch this on free TV? Millions. So I got to make sure I go out there and I show them, not only prove to myself but everybody else that I belong where I'm at.
Well, you talked about being a former champion and a very successful one at that. Now, it seems like being a title contender and fighting for that title is something that you aspire to. How close do you feel you are to that title if you do win this weekend?
That's the thing is I don't know. Again, it's above my pay grade. I just got to sort of, that's sort of what got me in trouble in the past. Is always saying, hey, this could be my title, my bounce back to the title shot, this. Well, I can't control any of that. So what I have to do is I have to make sure that I focus on one thing and one thing only, and that's Kelvin Gastelum, and then see where that leads us. July 10th, then I'll start thinking where this is going to put me next. But as of right now, I just have to make sure I go out there, I get my hand raised, and I do it the way that I know I can.
Now, Johny, as you said, your entire focus is on Kelvin Gastelum right now. One fight that could get you a lot closer to a title shot, if this does happen, would be GSP coming out of retirement. Now, obviously, it's clear you felt you did enough to win the belt the first time you met in late 2013. Have you given any thoughts to a rematch with George so you can finally put that highly controversial and disappointing outcome to rest?
Yes and no. Yes, I have. Of course, everybody asks you, and it automatically pops in your head. But I want to get through. Once I get through Kelvin Gastelum, then I'll start thinking about those other things. And like I said, I know y'all want me to answer those questions, but right now, like I said, my main focus is one person. I have to get a win. And it doesn't matter how I do it. I just know I have to beat Kelvin Gastelum. Because guess what? If I lose this fight, do you think GSP is going to want to do a rematch? No. You know what I mean? So everything plays off this fight. That's why everything I'm doing is him and him alone.
a very focused Johny Hendricks here with us here on the program, who will be taking on Kelvin Gastelum as part of the UFC 200 card coming up this weekend. A loaded card for sure. And if you want to order the main card, you can do so on pay-per-view as it's emanating live from Las Vegas. Now, Johny, just one fight since March of 2015 due to some injury issues with your weight cutting and whatnot. How are you feeling physically heading into this weekend?
Oh, I feel fine. You know, here's the thing, is that my weight's not an issue anymore now that I got nutrition. Lewis has done an amazing job for me. You know, I keep giving him props. You know, he gets me to weight, and plus, not only that, but, you know, I'm pretty excited because I get to make weight at 8 o'clock in the morning on Friday instead of 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So that's going to be different, and that's going to be fun. So that's going to give me an extra, you know, 10 hours, I think, of weight, being able to gain weight and put in water and rehydrate myself. I think it's going to be, you know, this could be hopefully my best weight cut and best rebound, with that being said.
Now, you said in a comment earlier you figured out Gastelum sparring back in the day. How exactly did you figure that out?
You know what? How did I figure him out? By just sparring him. You know, he's going to change. You know what I'm saying? He's going to change, and he's gonna try to come with something different, right? And that's sort of like I figured out what he's going to do, but I've also, by watching film and sparring are pretty much the same thing to me. So whenever I watch him fight some guys, the same thing that I was thinking was true. Then you also got to say, okay, hey, he's gonna come with something different. What is he gonna come with? So that's sort of the fun thing for me of fighting, is what's going to be that different. What is he going to throw in there that's going to try to throw me a curveball? That's going to get me off my, get me off balance, get me on my toes, make me think. And so whenever I look at an opponent like this, he's my height. I think he's got an inch or 2 inch reach on me, which is nothing. It's sort of exciting to know that I'm going to fight somebody that, you know, I can play different range. And that different range is going to be pretty fun. I can't wait.
I know, Johny, a lot of people think it's taboo to predict or talk about the outcome of the fight, but do you have a prediction in particular for your fight this weekend?
You know what? It's gonna be a 15-minute hard fight. That's first and foremost that I'm gonna say. You know, I'm prepared for 15 minutes, and I'm gonna do everything I can to finish him. But if it doesn't, you know, I'm not gonna look for it. I think that's something that's also hurt me in the past, is that I look for the finish. I look for the finish instead of letting the finish come. I'm going to keep my eyes open. I'm going to let my body do what it needs to do. I'm going to strike with him. I'm going to do whatever it takes to get my hand raised. But if the opening shows itself, I will capitalize, because I'm coming with a different approach in this fight. Like I said, I'm not searching for a knockout. I'm not searching for a spectacular win. You know what I'm saying? Whenever I was coming up, I just said, hey, if I can, I would like to knock him out, but I'm not going to go searching for it. When you go searching for it, you lose that. You're so focused on one thing and one thing only, and that's the knockout. There's so much other ways you could finish a fight. So that's sort of where I'm at right now. Hey, let me be a mixed martial artist. Let me do everything I can and showcase everything I got. And if the opportunity comes, I will pounce on it.
Johny Hendricks, a big fight coming up against Kelvin Gastelum as part of UFC 200, a loaded card, which you can buy on pay-per-view or watch Johnny's fight free on Fox Sports 1. Well, Johny, thank you very much for your time today, and hope you have a lot of fishing here in your future as well.
Oh, yeah. After this fight, that's all I'm going to do is be taking my family fishing.
Well, good luck, and we'll be pulling for you on Saturday.
Thank you very much. You'll have a wonderful day.